early on in the competition is always going to be just that little bit of a boost that maybe you need to pick up the best of 3 win.
Yeah, absolutely. All gamers, on the other hand, these guys have been our favourites from the beginning. You said you thought you'd see them in the final tomorrow, that you thought that they would get the victory. And well, today they had one very close game at the start of the day. They picked up the win in the second game. And well, we're into game number 3 for both of these teams. The deciding game, game number 6 of the tournament, and it all comes down to this. They really want to get this second seed.
Yeah, they absolutely do, and I expect this is going to be a very close matchup as well. Coming out here again on sub-base, AG and Pacific.Macta. We've seen AG play it, we've also seen Pacific.Macta play it, and they've both picked up wins on it.
Well, it's now 4 alive here for Pacific.Macta. They're starting off on the attacking side, 1 minute 50 to go. We saw that AG kind of struggled defending on this map a little bit earlier.
Yep.
We'll see how they go this time.
Yeah, definitely. And Pacific.Macta, of course, they let a few rounds go away on their defensive side as well, but they had a very good attacking side, and I think that's really the takeaway here at the moment. Pacific.Macta, obviously, starting off on the attack, will be wanting to get off on the right foot, and unfortunately that hasn't quite happened. Cram's already been taken down by AG, so 4v5 to start off this first round. It's not the greatest of situations, but it could be definitely worse.
Well, revenge on the sniper rifle here, as all 4 members of the Filipino team will push towards the B-bomb site. You can see that the guys from AG have dropped back for now. They're leaving it open. They're ready to fire from a little bit further away, but they're not going to get that information that perhaps they want. You can see a 3-stack on the right, one waiting just to hold off in the middle there to see if they can pick up any rotations. They're going to push through. Still 4 alive here for the Filipinos. 50 seconds on the clock. They're going to execute onto the B-bomb site. Yeah,
not a lot of time to work with, and you can see a very early rotation starting to come across here by AG. It's been a good read by the defensive side here, but now it's all down to the hands of Pacific.Macta as they try to make their entry on towards this bomb site. As you say, 35 seconds left now on the clock here. They're really letting this time and run down, trying to find some picks, and it's just not happening. Revenge gets taken down, and so does ZYK. Bio also falls, and across the board, AG is picking up kills. Aldrin does manage to get a double before he goes down, but it's not enough.
A little bit too little too late here, Elfish Guy. The first round of the match going over to all gamers. I think at the start of the day we expected them to pick this one up 3-0 across the day.
Yep.
To be fair, they could be just 1 round shy of doing that, but they have to get through Pacific.Macta first, and of course trying to get that second seed for tomorrow. So important.
Absolutely is, and AG once again setting up with a fairly defensive setup. They haven't decided to go for an aggressive push. We have seen them do that a couple of times here on this map, but not this time. LSN is going to be dropped by Bio, so the initial pick goes the favour of Pacific.Macta this time.
Yeah, that's a very, very good start. That's exactly what they need to be doing. Still plenty of time to work with. They're going to hold towards the left side of the map, just sitting outside for the moment, watching those entrances. You can see a 3-stack coming out from AG over towards the A site. Only 1 player for them over on B at the moment. And well, that leaves it a little bit open. Before we saw when they held the site, when they held that B site, they held it from the distance. But right now, it looks like Pacific.Macta are going to try and push onto this A site that already has a hold.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. There's obviously a player up in that sniper's nest as well, sort of floating around in that area. So really, there's 3 players on this site for Pacific.Macta to deal with. And typically it would be only 2. 70kg is going to find a kill there for the guys on AG, and it's back to a 4v4, an important kill as well, considering it's revenge.
It certainly is, and well, for the moment, the attacking team going to sit over towards the A site still. They want to make this happen. We've seen the A site be the more popular site for trying to get this bomb plant down, and for the moment, Pacific.Macta are going to keep attempting to do this. They did not succeed on B before, but at the moment, you can see that the setup here from AG is entirely different to what happened earlier. Bayo going to take a little bit of damage. Now 3 players left alive here for PM, and well, they're going to have to get a bit of movement going because there's only 35 seconds on the clock and they want to get the bomb down.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not really liking the play from Pacific.Macta so far. They seem to be playing into the hands of AG, who've got obviously 70kg picking up so many kills at the moment. Now trying to go quickly towards that bomb site. CQ is going to find a triple kill. Fantastic work from him. AG just clean up that round so easily. But going back to my point, if Pacific.Macta keep playing slowly like this, allowing 70kg time to rotate across the map, move around, get into new positions, he's just going to pick them off 1 by 1.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely need to change things up. Cram going to go down to ZQ straight away. Bayo, he's going to take a little bit of damage as well. Oh, look at that. Bayo and ZK picks up 3 across the board. Wow.
Yeah, fantastic stuff there for Pacific.Macta. This is looking like a round which they should pick up from here on out. There's no way they should drop this one. Although, in saying that, AG are not going to make it easy for them. Even finds one before being traded out. Great shot from Revenge. And now the crowd's starting to get involved. Perhaps that sixth man that everyone likes to talk about might be something to talk about here as well. ZQ, though, is going to find 1-on-2. ZYK. And now it's a 2v1. Definitely a winnable situation here for AG.
Yeah, Baryo and Revenge, the last two players left alive, 135 on the clock, but they're going to move across to ZQ, but it doesn't matter. They pick him up and they get a round on the board.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what they needed. I mean, 2-1 is definitely not too bad of a scoreline here. 3-0 might have been starting to look a little bit worrying here, but at least Pacific.Macta is able to draw one back early and get themselves back in this game before things got too out of hand. AG now have to respond, essentially.
They certainly do, and well, bit of an interesting hold for the moment coming up from AG. You can see only one on that A site. The remaining four players pushing out towards B4 now. And that's going to match up very, very nicely with Pacific.Macta, who are currently sitting out towards that B site as well. Only the one player yet again trying to hold any rotation. Smokes come out. You can see that the hold is quite far back. Even going to go down to Aldrin. This is going to open it up just a little bit here for Pacific.Macta. And well, if they can get onto the site and get this bomb down, it's certainly going to make life a lot easier for them.
Yeah, definitely. AG getting restless on that defense as well, moving around the map quite a bit here, not really holding on to their positions quite as comfortably as we might have seen them in the first couple of rounds. So AG definitely getting a little bit worried here now that Pacific.Macta are starting to get that ball rolling. And they're going to make their way in towards that B side. Some good flashbangs, really nullifying the effectiveness of 70 kg. He hasn't done much yet. ZYK is going to find one. Cram with the double on the entry, and he actually gets another. Fantastic stuff there. Pacific.Macta find their second round.
Yeah, Zeke going huge. That's exactly what you need to do. We're back to 2-2, and the home crowd going wild here. These guys would love to see them come through and guarantee themselves second seed heading into tomorrow. But, well, all gamers, it is not done yet. These guys are such strong contenders. Let's see what they can do.
For a moment, teams are relatively even. Obviously 2-2 apiece. It's still hanging in the balance. Revenge is going to start things off in an important frag as well, considering 70 kg has been the one to open up a lot of these rounds that AG have been able to win. So with him off the board, Pacific.Macta are looking very good in this round as well.
Yeah, it makes life a lot easier. You can see that LSN has picked up a sniper as well. Revenge has 3 frags so far this game. Not bad so far. Let's see if he can do even more. We saw that video. He obviously plays a lot of CrossFire, Elfish Guy. He's got the support of all his family and friends. What more could you want? I guess the support of the crowd, he's got that too.
Yeah. Not much to complain about here for Pacific.Macta. And, well, they've started off okay on sub-base. LSN's got the sniper, and he does manage to find a kill onto Bio. Bringing back to a 4v4 now. And so Pacific.Macta just left reeling a little bit after that. But still a doable situation. There's a lot of time to work with as well.
Yeah, still plenty of time on the clock. They're going to grab the bomb and move back towards mid here. Looking like maybe they want to try and transition over to this B site. We've seen that even if AG lets go of the site, if they hold back, they can still do quite a bit of damage from range. But Zeke going to find even, bring it back to a 4-on-3 now. You can see LSN trying to find some frags. So far, it's not working out for him. And now 49 seconds on the clock. It looks maybe like it's will they get caught off? Revenge with a frag. What a shot.
That was an excellent shot from Revenge. Not going to be able to follow it up there. ZQ finding the kill. And we're back to a 3v2, which still, of course, favours Pacific.Macta in this situation. The bomb is going to go down. They'll have plenty of time here to get some nice post-plant positions. And Cram there is going to be playing around, trying to make it difficult for AG here to get in towards this bomb site. I really like this situation for Pacific.Macta. ZQ very low on HP, although he's going to be able to find ZYK, and so now we have a game on our hands, 2v2. This is very doable for the AG lineup, and well, in saying that, Aldrin is going to find one, and it's just down to TMQ, but Aldrin grabs 2, and that's enough for Pacific.Macta to close out their third round.
Wow, starting to get some real runs on the board here, Elfish Guy. And, I know you said you liked it, but to me I was a little bit concerned the potential there. But for 3 individual 2v1,
Yep.
but that's not how it worked out. They got there in the end, and wow. Now Pacific.Macta 3-2 up on the scoreboard. Let's see what else they can do. It hasn't all been A side as well. We talked about this A side. They've been going A, they've been going B. They've had quite a bit of success.
Yeah, absolutely. And 3 rounds in a row now for Pacific.Macta. AG haven't really pulled anything off in the last few rounds, so definitely things starting to get a little worrisome here for the Chinese team. Pacific.Macta are starting to look very good. And, well, maybe that hype train is going to start to get rolling here for the local team.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of people in the audience with tickets to the hype train right now, and I certainly do not blame them. Looking very, very good. Still 5 alive for both teams. 1:36 on the clock towards the B site. You can see Zeke here up the back trying to find an entry frag onto this B site. Still, nothing has happened as of yet.
Although in saying that, Even is very low in HP. Oh, ZYK is going to find 70 kg. Crucial frag again. Sniper for AG is no longer going to be playing a part in this round. And again, Pacific.Macta get the opening frag. They get the advantage into the round. LSN is able to draw one back, but he loses a bit of HP in doing so. And across the board, Pacific.Macta definitely looking a lot healthier than AG.
They certainly are. They're very, very cautiously still trying to push onto this B site. You can see LSN up the back there as well. As you said, he's back down to about 50% HP, so he's going to need to be very, very careful. He's out there all on his lonesome. So if they can find this frag, and they do, Cram will actually pick up Even, and LSN goes down as well. That leaves the B site open. They can get the bomb plant down. And now it's a 2v4. AG with all the work to do. Could this be 4-2?
It potentially could. It very much should be as well. The bomb is going to be planted, and now TMQ and ZQ are going to try and find something, but Revenge is going to shut that down with a double kill.
Looking very, very good. Revenge is definitely turning up today.
Exactly what AG needed as well. He is, of course, their star player, and he's been the one to carry them through a lot of these games so far. He's definitely looking like he's doing that at the moment. Top fragging for his team. 7 on the board for Revenge. And 4 overall for Pacific.Macta. It's looking very good. AG have really got to respond now.
Yeah, they need to change things up. You can see a 3-stack pushing actually quite far forward on this B site for now, leaving the A site really completely open here. Only one player on the site, one player ready to lurk or rotate as needed. We've seen that A site be popular across the tournament. Potential here should Pacific.Macta find this information out that they could push on there very, very quickly.
Pacific.Macta haven't really got a whole lot of information actually at the moment, though. They haven't really spotted out any of those AG players. Obviously have quite a lot of time to work with here, but, you know, still some takeaways there for AG. And like I said, this is an important time for AG. They really need to get on and get definitely more than 2 rounds on the first half here, and this would be a good time to start, to be fair. I'm surprised we haven't seen AG decide to go for a double sniper setup.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot, but we really haven't seen it all that much today. But at the moment, the momentum in the favour of Pacific.Macta, but Even going to try and make something obvious. He picks up Z. You can see Cram firing from the distance, trying to find a fragment onto Even. Well, at the moment, it's not going to work. He will also take out Aldrin. This is going to make it very difficult here for Pacific.Macta. They want to get onto the site, but it's not working out for them. Even finds another. Cram goes down. Baryo and Revenge are the last 2 left.
Even has been holding on to this position like a madman, finds another kill and still alive. He's on 4 kills for this round. Only needs 1 more to be able to get that 5k, but really I think he's going to be happy if anyone on AG is able to pick it up. He'll finally break that drought for the defensive side. It's all down to Revenge. We've seen him pull it off so many times before, and he does take down 70 kg. Hasn't got control of that bomb. 30 seconds left on the clock here, so he's got a lot of work to do. But obviously we know what a player he is. He can definitely pull this off.
Yeah, well, you can see where the C4 is there. He needs to push through. You would expect surely he won't find 2 individual 1v1s here. You would like to think that the guys can trade him out. He's got such little time to work with. He's going to run across the bomb, pick it up, sees one, but ZQ picks him up. And a round going to go over to All Gamers.
It was always going to be a difficult situation for him, and unfortunately for Pacific.Macta wasn't able to pull it off, but it's not curtains just yet for them. They still have the lead in terms of the rounds here, and AG at least finally able to get something back into this one. So still think we've got a game on our hands. This one, for me, is going to be very close. 5-4 would be what I think. Don't know which way, though.
Yeah, well, wow, 70 kg will find a frag. Baryo going to go down very early on. We talked about how he needs to push forward on defense, needs to find those frags, needs to peek out and you know, just make things a little bit more difficult for his opponents, and he did that just there. When he does it, it makes life so much easier for AG.
Absolutely, and well, life's looking pretty good for AG at the moment with that player advantage, with a fairly decent control of the map as well. I mean, Pacific.Macta haven't pushed in anywhere. They haven't got that much information, and so it's always going to be tough here for Pacific.Macta. But now, finally, the time is starting to tick away. It is forcing Pacific.Macta to move in. They're going to find a kill. ZYK picking up TMQ.
Yeah, Zeke in a good spot, but he will get traded out by ZQ there. 3 left alive for the attacking team. They pick through. No one there, no frags going down. They still have control of the bomb and 120 on the clock. You can see that they got a 2-1 split right now, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out for them. You can see one player over towards the B site trying to bait players across, but for now, he won't find any more than that one.
Still not a terrible situation here for Pacific.Macta. ZQ, very low on HP. Could be an easy cleanup for any of these Pacific.Macta players, rather. As of yet, though, they haven't decided to go for the challenge. It does look like it's going to be the B site once again here for Pacific.Macta, and it's worked out quite a few times for them so far. In saying that, though, Even is going to be holding on to this position like he did last round. It's going to be very tough for Pacific.Macta. And we'll see what they can do on the entry. Cram leading the way. Hasn't spotted anyone out just yet. Pacific.Macta really need to speed things up here. There's only 35 seconds left on that clock. LSN watching the angle. Even's going to throw out a grenade here just to slow things down a little bit for Pacific.Macta. As of yet, none of them tagged up. The entry should come out momentarily.
Well, about down to 20 seconds on the clock here. They're going to need to move very quickly. That's not going to help. LSN gets the frag. Aldrin drags one back to 2v2 now. Aldrin finds 2. Wow, 13 seconds and now Cram, the last one left alive, is in a 2v1 and he will get picked up. 4-4 is the score heading into the final round of the first half.
70 kg coming up with the goods there in that one. ZQ, of course, the star aimer, I suppose, for AG, that we spoke about last time we saw them. He's having a pretty good game here as well. 10 kills on the board for him. He's leading the charge in terms of all the players in both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly helps to have so many frags on the board as well. It's obviously starting to carry this team. Someone needs to stand up for AG here and start getting those frags, and it's been ZQ this game. And, well, when it's not 70 kg, it has to be someone else.
Yeah, but 70 kg here is going to be doing a pretty good job. Revenge goes down. Sniper versus sniper battle goes the way of the Chinese. ZYK is able to trade one back, though, and now we're going to start to see AG pull ahead. ZQ finding a double kill. And now it's Pacific.Macta trying to survive with Bio on his own, and he won't get the job done. 5-4 in the favor of AG after the first half.
Well, you said you thought it would be a 5-4 first half, just in the favor of who you were not sure, but it looks like all gamers will pick it up and head into the second half with the lead. We'll be changing sides, coming back and seeing what they can do. But for now, this Filipino team is still in this game. They've been playing some very, very good CrossFire so far. They just need to follow it up with a good second half.
That's about as close as it's going to get. Of course, it is the closest it's going to get after the first half. So, look, it's definitely not like Pacific.Macta is out of this one at all, being down only a single round. This one is very much still hanging in the balance.
Yeah, well, I personally spoke about how I felt AG were a little bit more comfortable on attack earlier on in the day. Let's see if that stays true here up against the Filipinos. But for now, they're going to just hold towards mid. That bomb just sitting back. They're trying to play it nice and safe. Don't want to get caught out with the bomb being dropped somewhere they can't get it back. It's always a little bit inconvenient if you lose control.
It definitely does seem like AG are a little stronger on the attacking side, but, you know, they haven't been up against Pacific.Macta just yet, who, in theory, on paper, has looked like their strongest competition so far. But, obviously, we saw Boss doing some amazing work today. So, maybe Pacific.Macta will not be the strongest opponent that AG faces throughout this tournament. For now, though, they're having a pretty good time on that attacking side, picking up the first kill of the second half. It's traded out pretty quickly, though, by Pacific.Macta. But there we go. A couple of quick frags go the way of AG. Pacific.Macta doing their best to pick some up of their own, but overall, it's definitely looking like AG have the advantage here. 3 versus 2. LSN is going to be dropped, though, by Revenge. We're back to a 2v2. Revenge was in a good spot there, but wasn't able to get anything done, and all falls on the shoulders now of Cram in a 2v1.
Yeah, 30 seconds on the bomb clock here, and all the players are to his left. He needs to play this very, very carefully. Does not want to get traded out. Needs to find the 2 1v1s are a fantastic spray down. He knows where one is, but they now know where he is as well. He's going to push through. There's a player behind him, and Even will find the frag. Round going across to AG.
Good round for AG. Didn't really seem to be particularly challenged there, but it did come pretty close. Obviously a little early to call, but it does look like AG are feeling quite comfortable on that attacking side. TMQ going to be tagged up just a little bit there, but he's okay. He'll be able to survive, and he's still a gun in the game, and that's what's important. Revenge, he's just alive. And we'll see if he has much more of a story to tell in this round.
Yeah, we'll certainly have to see 70kg once again not getting the frags he necessarily needs to get, but his team is in the lead. And, well, I think they play out a little bit differently when it comes to a best of three. These best of ones can be a little bit difficult, I think, for the Chinese team.
Absolutely, and I'm really excited to see how those best of threes go tomorrow. I mean, not just Pacific.Macta and AG, but Hemo Brave and Boss as well.
Yeah.
Going to be an interesting dynamic to see how things shift once we get into those longer format modes. So, I mean, maybe digressing a little bit, that's for tomorrow. But for now, it is looking like AG are, again, having quite a nice time on this attacking side. Even is going to find one. LSN also picking up a kill onto Cram. And overall, we're back to a 3 versus 5 with Revenge almost dead.
Yeah, down to very, very low HP as the bomb is successfully planted by AG over on the A side. Zeke finds LSN, but now he's essentially the last one left alive. And
3 kills.
Triple frags coming out there for Even. And, well, that makes it very, very difficult, doesn't it?
What a spray down coming out from him. And as you say, how difficult does it make it there for Pacific.Macta when you can do something like that? Now 7-4 here. And I feel like 7 rounds is where things start to get a little bit worrisome for your opponent.
Yeah.
AG starting to look very good here. The attacking side has been favourable for them. But in saying that, still a lot of work to do. 3 rounds, it's a few rounds to play with, at least for Pacific.Macta. They're not out of this.
Even sitting on 7 frags so far. Of course, 3 of them he got last round. The next one counts. He finds a double. Zeke and Aldrin going down. 3 left alive now for Pacific.Macta. But this makes it very difficult. The B side is open. The bomb's coming across. TMQ finds 2. And now that leaves Revenge all on his lonesome.
We're going to need to see some sort of change here for Pacific.Macta because what they're doing at the moment is definitely not working. Every round that goes by makes it look easier and easier for AG. I want to see something change for Pacific.Macta. Maybe stack a bomb site, maybe go for an aggressive push, put a double AWP in someone's hands, do something like that. Something needs to change because Pacific.Macta are having real troubles on the defensive side here. AG are just picking up kill after kill after kill and making life so easy for themselves.
Well, we're 3 rounds in and Even has 9 frags, so I think that pretty much sums up this second half. You can see LSN's already gone down. Baryo at 50%, but Cram's going to get picked up as well by TMQ. 157 on the clock. The A site is open. The bomb will rotate across. And what can Pacific.Macta do? Surely they need to catch 1 or 2 of these players off.
Yeah, it's a very early over-rotation there from Pacific.Macta, and their only hope really lies in Bio, who's sitting up in that sniper's nest. Can he find something here? TMQ should be relatively safe playing around that bomb site, and ZQ is going to come in here with the plant. The smoke grenade comes out from Bio, but he's not able to do all that much more. And here AG have got a very good situation. Once again, their post plants, they've been allowed so much time to get into good positions, and Pacific.Macta will have real trouble retaking this one 4v4.
Yeah, 25 on the clock. What are they going to do? A lot of work to be done here. You can see Baryo, as we said, down to 50% HP or thereabouts. So going to make life a little bit more difficult. A 3-stack coming from the southern side of the map. They're going to try and push in this way. But look at this. 70kg in the perfect spot. Finds one. Can he get a second? Even finds one as well. And Zeke, he picks up a double. And now it's a 2v1. What can Zeke do? It won't matter. He gets picked up. AG pick up another round.
Match point now for AG. 9 rounds on the board. Pacific.Macta yet to find an inroad into this second half. The defensive side has been really difficult for Pacific.Macta. And AG are just looking fantastic on that attacking side. They have not been challenged at all in this second half. Every round they've gone through, it's been 2 or 3 or 4 people still alive for the Chinese team. So Pacific.Macta, this is where their backs are against the wall. They need to show us what they've got.
Well, they certainly are, and this is putting them in good stead coming into tomorrow, Elfish Guy. If they can grab that second seed, if they can play like this, then I think they're going to be in a very, very good chance of making their way through to the grand final.
Well, there goes. Okay, what can he do? Completely flashed out, gets taken down by Even, and once again a 2v4 situation for Pacific.Macta. They haven't been able to pull off a clutch like this at all throughout this map so far, and they're going to need to pull off something huge here. Bio and Cram, it all lies on their shoulders, and they have everything to go up against from AG. 70kg does get dropped down relatively low, but now it is looking like AG have bought enough time for themselves. TMQ finds one. There's another one. Cram goes down, and AG will close it out 10-4.
A very, very convincing game coming out from all gamers there, Elfish Guy. I don't know. I felt like the guys from the Philippines had a good first half.
Yep.
They really did not have the answer for the aggressive attacking style here of the Chinese. They didn't know how to rotate. They over-rotated sometimes. I think there's opportunity for them to go away from this, take a look at the Vons from today, come back tomorrow a stronger team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, the first half was very good. Acceptable, of course, for Pacific.Macta, but something just went wrong. That defensive side did not look strong. And, you know, to be fair, that's what we saw as well up in their first match today. They let so many rounds